I'm going to do one set of this, so I want to put more emphasis. This is initially designed for my duck walk day, so last week I did like 2 or 3 rounds hard on this step up complex. Fuck all that shit. So I'm not actually saying fuck all that because you shouldn't do accessories or whatever, but I'm doing the every other week thing on some of this stuff, so I'm really going to work on the hypertrophy and the endurance of it on 1 week when I'm not doing events. And I'm going to dial that back and use it as an opportunity to cool down, revisit some mechanical breaking points, put more emphasis on the rest of my workout. And then next week, I'll build off of what I did last week's session. And I'm just comparing even weeks and odd weeks, not week to week. Here, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I was doing my overhead carries and my waiter carries, I wasn't able to make it the full distance before the kettlebell fell down. So this is a good, that was a 35, this is a 20. This is a good opportunity to just really nail those positions. So next time when I take the 35, I make sure that I get it and it's nice and crispy. I actually lied. The next time I have a session next week where it's just dedicated to these unilateral carries, I'm actually going to ramp the weight up. I'm going to go heavy and I'm going to take the circus dumbbell. So I've got 3 steps to this rotation for the unilateral carries. You're doing one like this where it's purely technique, it's purely control. You're doing something that you can nail and slow down. And then I'm loading up the weight on the balancing type stuff, right? So like bottoms up, overhead. Well, you know, so I do one where it's all control, one where I continue that same variation, but I go as heavy as possible, and then one where I actually go as heavy as possible on an implement where it's advantageous to go heavy, less stabilizing, and then kind of keep circling through. Maybe even make a 4th one where it's like swinging that fucking mace or something where it's just even more breakdown of the technique and even more regressed from heavy weight. So you can kind of see how the cyclical components that bring together a final product, it's the same thing with any accessory, any body part, muscle group, whatever. All of these things to be fully developed, they need these 3 to 4 stages of training. Or intention, rather. starting to rain a bit, so I'm going to train it this way. Hopefully it's a decent angle. Okay, contest weight is 450. I've got 270 on there. 335, 330 is 75%, which is your optimal technique zone. So I don't know. Figured on going up to 330, see what that feels like, and go from there. I probably won't go too much heavier, maybe one plate heavier. Yeah, this is going to be a wing it show, but that's okay. It's just going up for fun, and I'll be prepared. I don't know, I'm gonna give it my best go. I'm not gonna use chalk or belt or shoes. All those things I'll be able to have at the show, and it'll make it easier. So if I can hit 75%, just not, it's like a little fucking asshole, then I don't know. I think that's all I'll do. Maybe practice it one more time next week. Review the rules. Hopefully I can use straps. I don't know. I don't think I can, but there's already a grip event in there. Maybe I can. I'll give it my best shot. So the duck walk didn't go as planned, but that's okay. It's raining, and I got a good feel for it. So, it is what it is. No big deal. I'm fairly confident that I'll at least be able to get some distance, especially if they allow unlimited drops. Which I imagine they would if they actually want to see some distance out of that, because that 450 is going to be pretty fucking heavy for a lot of guys. So anyways, I'm going to run through my decompression carry set, and then we'll hit split squats and good mornings. I'm not going to film my grip because that's private for my athletes and myself. And then we'll all go fuck off. I'll go eat some pizza finally.
This one I'm going to do continuous. All one side, all the next side, one straight conditioning run.
New variation, slightly lower box, elevated spot for my knee to hit, new bar. I'm just gonna start over at the empty bar. I've never done this variation my entire life, or tried to make a split squat partial like this unless I'm doing the step ups. So, by the way, I have almost like no back pain, so that's pretty cool. How is this gonna work? And that's the goblet setting on the goblet 4 on the transformer bar. It doesn't matter too much, but I'm gonna stick with that. Feels the best to have it loaded out front, like a front carry, and just allows me to stay way more upright without thinking about it. I can just focus on pushing through with the quad. So that was a good setup. I really like this. You need these. You need these. You need one more good set. This was unintentional, but I'm glad I picked this setting on the transformer bar because the way that the weight is sitting, it's really forcing me to do that chin tuck, press back with the T-spine cue that Dave gave me. Go back and watch that episode. That has a lot of fucking information on brace mechanics and how to assess yourself and just a lot of really good shit. And he does a really good fucking job of, you know, speaking the anatomy, but also explaining things like I do, where it's just real simple. You don't have to have an education to understand what we're talking about. You don't even have to want to get into the super, you know, nitty-gritty anatomy stuff. Just the way he explains it is fucking perfect. I've never had it better explained. So be sure to check that out. But the main thing that he was working with me on is tucking my chin. So instead of going like this to try to extend my T-spine, going like that. And this bar, the way that it's sitting, is really helping me hammer that in.
Great way to start your day. Or the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. America runs on Dunkin'. Click or tap the banner to order now in the Dunkin' app.
Oh, God.
Okay, you open the Lyft app, and the first thing you see is, where are you going? And now you're thinking, where am I going this summer? Maybe to a baseball game. Or to catch a flight to a national park. Or maybe you're going to a secret secret concert in a lift with priority pickup, so you can get there fast and get spotted by the...
Yeah! Let's go! Let's go, motherfucker! Oh, you want this. You gotta train hard. You gotta train hard. You gotta train fucking explosive, you know? Gotta train hard. Okay, guys, that was a really good session. I'm not gonna film my good mornings in my grip. I just gotta hammer that and get out of here. I'm done filming for the day. I really like that split squat setup. I think from now on, for myself and my athletes, if I prescribe the explosive ones where you come up onto the foot, it'll be a shortened range of motion like that. And, you know, if it's not, then it's more hypertrophy and staying on the full foot. And I think between those two, single leg press, walking lunges once in a while, I think those two will be my staples back and forth. And yeah, I really fucking like that. I want to keep those in. So I'm glad that happened. And I you know, I didn't really make the connection of like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be exploding from that deep of a range of motion. It didn't feel that deep. But now after having a shortened range of motion and feeling how much more and productively I could explode, like, okay, this goes along with everything we've talked about, where you choose your setup to best do what you're trying to stimulate. And, you know, that's just something that I needed to do in practice to realize what I was actually doing there for range of motion wise. So I'm really glad that happened. I don't think I have anything else on this session. Questions, inquiries, topics you want me to cover, whatever, send me a message on Instagram. Thanks for watching.